Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon, and we're going to talk about Vice. We're going to talk about the anime and manga industries, Japanese entertainment industries, and we're going to talk about how sometimes bad guys get rewarded for bad behavior. So Vice, which is failing, Vice, which got sold for, in media terms, practically nothing. $350 million is not a lot of money for a company that was once valued at $5.7 billion. This company is full of failure. It's been failing for years. It's been artificially propped up by venture capital for years. Well, this Vice launched an attack on the manga industry. Said that the manga industry was mostly full of P-word people, people who like children to do lewd things. Let's put it that way. And they said that this was actually the norm for pretty much the entire manga industry. It was all full of kitty diddlers, right? That's what manga was all about, guys. And they really twisted and distorted facts in a video exposing the dirty, nasty manga industry. And yeah, does that stuff exist? Absolutely, it exists. There's some stuff out there that's, pretty questionable. Not gonna lie, but they painted the entire manga industry as being awful. And now they're being rewarded for it. Of course they are. Of course they are. Because they're getting an Emmy. They're getting nominated for an Emmy for outstanding journalism. Seriously. No, I'm not kidding. They're nominated for an Emmy. So we're gonna talk about this interesting turn of events here. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You can go out to clownfishtv.com, find our previous videos we did on the Vice hit piece. A lot of people commenting on the Vice hit piece. Anime Senpai had it. They said that they made sure they didn't show the video in Japan, according to animesenpai.net. The comment section of the video has been turned off. You can still comment on other YouTube videos posted by Vice. This was a hit piece. They got called out by a Japanese politician. Lots of Japanese people angry. So look, you can have your opinions about the piece. It was obviously sensationalized. There has been a war on manga and anime here in the States for a couple of years now. Basically, it started with Gamergate and it moved on to other media. Moved from video games to anime to whatever they think is problematic. Now they think anime is alt-right or a gateway to the alt-right. I've seen stupid articles like that. There was a blog, Sci-Fi Wire, and they shut it down because it was such a garbage blog, but they had a hit piece on anime and manga talking about the problematic military fetishism that was present in manga and anime, and that military uniforms were problematic because it reminds people from Portland of Hitler. And we all know that Portland was most affected by Hitler current year. So let's talk about this a little bit, and then we'll talk about their Emmy. So Anime Senpai goes through and talks about some of the wrongs in the video and how this thing was. Again, you'd have to go out and watch it for yourself. I don't want to give them a view, but go watch it for yourself. Draw your own conclusions. But it was bullshit. The anchor was biased from the start as she gets offended by the drawings in the convection. No one invited her there, so she can avoid coming. Yeah, she basically goes into a shop. And as I understand it, some of the images were not pornographic. They blur them out just because. The narrative of the anchor is a problem throughout the whole video. She urges every person to say this media is promoting P-word, which is pretty biased for a news channel that should act neutral and let viewers make up their own mind as to what is right and wrong. Visiting a welfare officer and asking for reviews about his work is like adding oil to the fire. The result has a targeted audience. If you have such officers, there will always be opposing thoughts regarding his work. Making a convicted P-word person appear in the interview was unfair to the original topic, as he would regret his crimes on international media. Every person who appeared in the interview was to show the viewers a lousy picture of the industry. It's evidence they just wanted to target the genre. Some comments by Minoru, the politician, showed some ignorance and biasness. Currently, the video has become a trend in Japan. The comments on the video are turned off. Anime Senpai has thoughts on the video. Yeah, people were not happy about it. Lots of people not happy. They said it was slanderous. They said it basically was picking the worst of the worst and twisting facts to make the entire industry look awful. And we've seen, especially from like Australia, for some reason, there's been a push to censor more and more manga and anime. And look, not everything is for every person, right? And there's some stuff over there that's admittedly pretty dicey. I can't make excuses for all of the content, but to try to portray the manga industry, which is very popular right now, as being full of P-word people, right? When it's incredibly popular. And this is all about hitching your failing wagon. The wheels have fallen off the wagon at Vice. Hitching your wagon to the manga industry, which is incredibly popular right now. And then at the end of the video, which is so freaking funny, you watch the video to the end and they're begging for money at the end of the video. That would actually be a sign of things to come, right? A sign of things to come. But this person here, Volk Kalapatrion, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, put this up on Medium. Slander's Vice hit piece gets nominated for an Emmy. So here we are. Yeah, and there's a content warning said Hirohei has been covering this. I haven't talked to Hirohei in a long time. I wonder how he's doing these days. I haven't talked to Hirohei in probably like 2 or 3 years. They interviewed a Japanese assembly person named Minoru Ogino. He was interviewed in a well-lit place. The footage in the documentary, of course, is edited to look dark and menacing. That's propaganda 101. Yeah, they did. They made it look like these people were like actively cranking out all kinds of kiddie porn and everything was ominous. They had this ominous music playing in the background of this thing. It was just like, what the hell? It's like rock and roll music is the devil's work. It makes the children's hips gyrate. So they interviewed like an actual P-word person, and I started reading manga, and that made me do it. It's like blaming Columbine on Doom, right? So yeah, people are pretty outraged. And if you search down the list here we go. Outstanding arts, culture, or entertainment coverage on the Emmys.tv. Vice News Tonight, The Dark Side of Manga, along with Cinderella, The Reunion, Pride to be Seen from ABC News, CNN, Taking on Taylor Swift, Nightline, What America Owes the Stolen Generation, and The Dark Side of Manga. The Dark Side of Manga. So, is there a dark side to manga? Yeah, there is. But the entire industry is not dark. And a lot of manga fans, a lot of people, very upset about the way that they seemingly portrayed the majority of the industry, and it did cause a lot of outrage. And again, for them to turn off the comments in Japan, Japanese were not very happy. But yeah, so Vice failing miserably and being rewarded for it seemingly. And I don't know where they're going to go from here. I have no idea. Does it matter? Does anybody care? They're going to get a bunch of Emmys, but what else are they going to have? Who knows? Not their journalistic integrity. That's for damn sure. I'm going to wrap this up. Just thought it was an interesting footnote. Again, you can go out and watch that video if you want to give them the ad views. Why? But it's pretty garbage chair. I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later. Help support the channel. Go to thereef.support and get early access to podcasts, videos, and other content. That's thereef.support.